Hey! In today's video, we're going to be learning French with Stromae, one of the most popular singers in France today, and his song Papaoutai. Let's get started!
Dites-moi d'où il vient, enfin je saurai où je vais.
Dites-moi d'où il vient, enfin je saurai où je vais. Tell me where he comes from, finally I'll know where I'm going. Dites-moi means tell me. Dites is the verb dire, to say or to tell, conjugated in the imperative form because it's a request or a command. D'où is a contraction of de où, meaning from where, and vient means comes. So the whole line is, tell me where he comes from. The name of this song is Papaoutai, which is an intentional misspelling of the phrase Papaoutai, which means Dad, where are you? So in the first lyric of the song, Stromae is asking someone to tell him where his father comes from. The next sentence is Enfin je saurai où je vais. Finally, I'll know where I'm going. Enfin means finally. Je saurai is the future tense of the verb savoir, to know, and où je vais means where I'm going. Altogether, Stromae is saying that he wants to know where his father comes from so that he can know where he's going to.
Maman dit que lorsqu'on cherche bien, on finit toujours par trouver.
Maman dit que lorsqu'on cherche bien, on finit toujours par trouver. Lorsque means when. In this situation, you could also use the more common word quand. Notice that the final E has been replaced by an apostrophe because the next word starts with a vowel. Basically, this just makes it smoother to pronounce. Compare lorsque on to lorsqu'on. The word on has two meanings in French. Often it just means we. For example, on est allé au concert. We went to the concert. But if we click on the word on while watching this video in Fluent U, we can see that in this case, it means one or a person. Fluent U also gives us an example.
On ne dit pas ça. On ne dit pas ça.
The next part of the sentence is on finit toujours par trouver. Again, on means one. The expression finir par means to end up. But notice that the word order here is different than it would be in English. Toujours, always, goes in between finir and par. Finally, trouver means to find. Altogether, the sentence is, Mom says that when you look hard, you always end up finding.
Elle dit qu'il n'est jamais très loin, qu'il part très souvent travailler.
Elle dit qu'il n'est jamais très loin, qu'il part très souvent travailler. Elle dit means she says. Here, elle is referring to his mother again. Qu'il n'est jamais très loin means that he's never very far away. Il part travailler means he goes away to work. Très souvent means very often. Notice that in French, this adverbial phrase goes in between the two verbs partir and travailler. The whole sentence is, she says he's never very far away, that very often he goes away to work. Before we move on to the next line, let's take a quick moment to admire the poetry in this song. If you look at the first three lyrics, you'll notice that each one contains a pair of opposite ideas. Come from and go to in the first lyric, looking and finding in the second, never and often in the third. Stromae uses these opposites to create a constant back and forth that drives the song forward.
Maman dit travailler c'est bien, bien mieux qu'être mal accompagné, pas vrai?
Maman dit travailler c'est bien, bien mieux qu'être mal accompagné. Pas vrai? Mom says working is good, much better than being in bad company. Isn't that true? We have to be careful here, because the word bien can have different meanings depending on context. And it's not always easy to know which meaning you're dealing with. But if we click on the word in Fluent U, we can see the exact meaning in this context. Most of the time, bien means well or good, as in the first case here. But in the second case, it's an intensifier, meaning much or quite. It's not just mieux, better, it's bien mieux, much better. We can also see an example. Vous êtes bien content de vos résultats. You are quite happy about your results. Mal accompagné means poorly accompanied or in bad company. This lyric is a reference to the French proverb mieux vaut être seul que mal accompagné, which means better to be alone than to be in bad company. Pas vrai is a common informal turn of phrase. Literally, it translates to not true, but what it really means is, isn't that true? Or, right?
Où est ton papa? Dis-moi où est ton papa?
Dis-moi, où est ton papa? Tell me, where is your dad? Dis-moi means tell me. Dis-moi is a conjugation of the verb dire in the second person imperative form, because it's a command or request.
Sans même devoir lui parler, il sait ce qui ne va pas.
Sans même devoir lui parler means without even having to talk to him. Watch out here. Même is often an adjective meaning the same. But if you click on the word in the subtitles on Fluent U, you'll see that in this context, it's an adverb, meaning even. For example, même les enfants parlent français. Even the children speak French. Fluent U also allows us to watch dozens of video examples that show us how the word is used in real-life contexts. You can watch this whole music video on Fluent U, and use the interactive subtitles to look up any new words or phrases. You can also watch hundreds of other videos, including clips from French movies, TV shows, music videos, and more. Click the link below to start your free trial.
Sans même devoir lui parler, il sait ce qui ne va pas.
Il sait ce qui ne va pas means he knows what isn't going well, or he knows what's wrong. Altogether, the lyric is saying, without even having to talk to him, he knows what's wrong.
Ah sacré papa.
Technically, sacré means sacred, but when it's used informally, it can have a lot of other meanings. For example, if you said, c'était un sacré match, it would mean, it was a heck of a match. In this context, however, it's more of a term of endearment. The best translation of sacré papa is probably good old dad.
Dis-moi où es-tu caché, ça doit faire au moins 1000 fois que j'ai compté mes doigts.
Dis-moi où es-tu caché means tell me, where are you hidden? Ça doit faire au moins 1000 fois, it must be at least 1,000 times, que j'ai compté mes doigts, that I've counted on my fingers. This lyric is open to interpretation, but the way I see it, the child thinks his father is hiding, like in a game of hide and seek. So the child is counting on his fingers, compter ses doigts, before going to look for him, not realizing that his father isn't coming back. Ouch.
Où t'es, papa, où t'es? Où t'es, papa, où t'es? Où t'es, papa, où t'es?
Où t'es is a very informal way of saying où es-tu, meaning where are you? So the whole line means where are you, dad, where are you? On the surface, Stromae is just singing the same lyric over and over again, but there's more to it than that. By repeating these words over and over, they start to sound like a new word. En papaoutai. En papaoutai is a slang word which means to deceive someone. This is a very subtle reference to the way his father is deceiving him by not caring about him and never being there for him. It gets a little dark, I know, but it's a beautiful song and it's definitely worth listening to the whole thing. You can learn the full song for yourself over on Fluent U, with the interactive subtitles to help you out. And if you want to find out more about Stromae, check out our other video where we break down 2 fascinating interviews with him. See you over there!